We're taking a ride today on the RANDRIDE Forerunner. This is an absolute beast of an e-mountain bike, and though it is a lot of fun on casual trails like this, where it really excels is mountain bike trails, and we're going to take it on that later. But first, let's get some acceleration tests out of the way. All right, we're going to do some acceleration tests here. First, I'm going to do just throttle only, and I'm going to go through the different pedal assist levels. We're going to start out on pedal assist level 1 right now. Rolling back on the throttle. I am not pedaling at all. And it looks like this has taken us up to about 9 miles per hour, 9.5 miles per hour. About, I'm going to say, just under 10 miles per hour. And I notice that it says Eco by 1 here. I'm going to pop up to pedal assist level 2. And it kicks right in. This powerful 1,000-watt motor really has a lot to say for itself. This has taken us up to about 15.5 miles per hour, and it still says Eco by the 2 there. I'm going to pop it up into pedal assist level 3. Again, this is throttle only. I am not pedaling at all. Level 3. 20.6, 21 miles per hour, 21.4, 21.5 miles per hour. Oh, here's a hill to try and slow us down, but this 1,000-watt motor is just making very short work of it, tearing right up Eagle Hill here. We're going downhill now, so it's cheating a little bit. Once our speed level's out, we are going to go up to pedal assist level 4. All right, looks like our speed is stabilized a little bit here, so we are going up to pedal assist level 4. Again, this is throttle only. 24.9 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour, 25.7 miles per hour, pedal assist level 4, but throttle only. We are teetering between 26 miles per hour and 27 miles per hour, up to our final pedal assist level and throttle only here, pedal assist level 5. And it looks like it is capped out at 27.9, 28 miles. You know what? I think there is a speed unlock for this. I'm going to try that right now. So I heard that if you shut this bike off, hold the right brake lever and power the bike on, hold it for 15 seconds, that should unlock the top speed. Let's see what happens now. Okay, I have to cut from the normal video here. I spent about 10 to 15 minutes trying to get the top speed unlocked. RANDRIDE's website says that this bike has a top speed of 33 miles per hour, and I was only hitting like 27, 28 miles per hour, and I fiddled around with all the controls trying to get it to unlock to that 33 miles per hour. Fact is, I already had it unlocked, and it's my weight that was actually keeping the bike from hitting that top speed. So I would say that the top speed is a theoretical top speed if you weigh about as much as an apparition, but if you have a normal human weight, you're not going to be able to hit that top speed of 33. If you're lighter than I am, you will probably get more than 28 miles per hour out of this bike, but I've got it unlocked now, and you can see that when I lift the back wheel and give it some power, it goes up to like 37 almost, but to be able to actually hit that is not possible. Not if you weigh a human weight. Anyway, back to the video now. We're going to do our next set of acceleration tests here. Now I'm going to use pedal to go through all of the levels of pedal assist, and I'm not going to touch the throttle. So here we go. We are on, let me reset it here, pedal assist level 1, taking off. This is with me pedaling. Oh, and when that 1,000-watt motor kicks in, it is very, very nice. It doesn't take very long to kick in either, but with me pedaling it in pedal assist 1, I'm keeping right around 10.5 miles per hour. Pedal assist level 2. about 13 and a half, almost 14. Pedal assist level 3 takes us up to 17, and at this point I'm basically, oh no, we're at 18 now, and I'm ghost pedaling with this powerful 1,000-watt motor. Pedal assist level 4. We're at right around 22 and a half, and pedal assist level 5. 23, 24, 25, 25 and a half, 26, right around 26. So assembly on the bike was really easy. I had the entire thing put together in about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. It was a very casual 30 minutes. I didn't time myself, but it comes with the front wheel off and the handlebars off. All you got to do is put those on and put some air in the tires, and you are ready to ride this thing. I'm getting ready to put the front wheel on now, and I think this is the most challenging part of any bike assembly, but it's not difficult. This one, we've got to pull this clip out here from in between the brake pads, and I used some of the padding that came with the bike to put under the screen here to protect it. You want to be very careful when you flip the bike over like this, because the screen, when it hits the ground, you don't want to damage it. And I always like to do this in soft grass, and like I said, I put the padding under there to also protect the screen. But just be very careful, go slow, don't slam things around, and you'll be just fine. Now it's just a matter of lining this rotor up with the pads down here and lining the axle up with the forks here. Nothing to it. Bike comes with a sack here of various hardware, and I'm glad they tied it to the frame, because if there's one thing I know in life, it's you don't want to lose your nutsack. Okay, extra included goodies here. It actually comes with a helmet. Never seen that before. Got our owner's manual here, and in this box it looks like we've got a little carry bag. That's nice. Some sunglasses. This is the charging cable, I'm certain. Yep. Multi-tool. Should be everything we need to put the bike together. Wrench. I've never seen one like this before, but that's pretty cool. And our pedals. Alright, let's take a tour of the bike and see what it has to offer. First off, up through this down tube here, sliding in up from the bottom is the battery. It's a 48 volt, 23 amp hour Samsung lithium ion battery. So at 23 amp hours, this thing should have power for days. We've got disc brakes on the front and back, and these are some of the best disc brakes that I've used on an e-bike so far. We've got some big, beefy, knobby CST tires. I don't know much about CST brand, but they seem to be pretty tough and pretty well built. Headlight up front here. We've got adjustable and lockable forks. A rack. 1,000 watt hub motor. Shimano Atlas rear derailleur. 8 gears in the back, 3 up front, making this a 27 speed. Shimano tourney derailleur up front. And this is the swing arm suspension along with this midpoint cylinder shock absorber. It makes for a really comfortable ride. The seat goes up fairly high, and I can't remember the exact rider height that this bike will accommodate, but I'll put that on the screen right here. I am 5'10", and it's a very comfortable ride for me. On the back here, we've got a rack tail light, and this is also a brake light. And up top here, we've got comfort grips, and they are very comfortable. We've got really well-made brake handles here. We've got thumb shifters for the front and back. Basic plain Jane, a basic plain Jane power button, and our up and down pedal assist level controls right here. And a Pretty standard e-bike screen. This is bright enough and easy to see, and it gets the job done, so I'm happy with it. The screen here on the bottom also does have a USB charging port for phones and cameras and things like that. And over here is our horn button. So the bike weighs 59 pounds, and with those big knobby tires, heavy battery, and heavy rear motor, that is not something that I would want to pedal when the bike runs out of power. So definitely keep an eye on your battery meter and make sure you don't run out of power far away from where you're going to be able to charge this thing, because if you do, you're not going to have a fun time. The only criticism that I can give this bike is the saddle. It's not that it's uncomfortable. It's actually very comfortable. It's just not very well made, and it's actually starting to come apart already, and I've not ridden this bike a whole lot. Everything else on the bike is absolutely premium. Everything is really well built, really well put together, but that seat is the weakest point on the bike. Luckily, it's easy to replace a seat, and they're not very expensive, so I'm going to ride this one until it falls apart, and then you just replace it with something else. So this bike has done a great job on this crushed gravel trail, but where it really excels is on a mountain bike trail, and I'm going to head out there right now. As much fun as it is to ride this bike on a casual trail like the one that I was just on, I've brought it down here to John Bryan State Park to ride it on a mountain bike trail where it can really flourish in its own environment. Enough talking, let's do this. Oh yeah, this bike rides smooth. And it handles the curves and the downhill. It handles the curves very easily, and the downhill very nice with these powerful brakes. And being able to kick in that throttle when you need to is also really nice. I love this trail, and to be honest with you, I am really new to mountain biking. I wish I would have picked up on this a lot sooner, but this bike is a lot of fun, and I've brought some of the cheaper Amazon e-bikes out here on this trail, and they're fine, they're all right, you know, but this being a taller bike with a lot more power is a lot more fun, and there's a lot to be said for these really tall tires and going over the roots and things like that. Some of the cheaper Amazon bikes, you feel the pedals scrape if you're not ready for it, and I've felt my heel bottom out on this trail on those bikes, but not with this one. This is I can't stress enough, this bike is just a joy to ride on these trails. And what I really like to do is kind of mostly pedal on this trail, and only use the pedal assist, or excuse me, only use the throttle when I really need it on a fierce hill. But this bike is so awesome because it just, like a quarter or a quarter to a half of a pedal stroke, and the throttle assist or the pedal assist kicks right in. But if you need it sooner, you always got the throttle that you can roll back on. I want to shut up now and just enjoy the ride. You guys are probably tired of listening to me talk anyway, and there's nothing I can say that is more interesting than this. Another thing that makes this bike just really amazing on this trail is that midpoint cylinder suspension that it's got, that shock absorber right in the middle, along with the swing arm tail. A hardtail bike on this trail, it's pretty rough. This is a lot of fun to ride this trail, but I really do enjoy it a lot more with the suspension from this bike, and I'll be a lot less sore tomorrow after riding this bike as opposed to one of the others that I've got. Again, for anybody who's interested, this is John Bryan State Park, and they have a couple of trails dedicated just for mountain biking, and these are some really awesome trails. I'm not a mountain biking expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just started mountain biking, but I really love doing it. I wish I would have gotten into it a lot sooner. I just didn't really understand what it was all about until I tried it for myself. Really easy to control this bike on this trail. These brakes are super responsive, and what I've been doing is putting it down in I've been putting it in its top gear for the back sprocket and second gear for the front sprocket, and pedaling mostly on my own, though I do have pedal assist on. And then if I need to go instantly, I just roll back on the throttle, and it does a great job. This bike makes really short work of this trail. Some of the cheaper bikes that I've ridden out here kind of struggle a bit when it comes to like things like bottoming out against the roots and things like that. This bike, being a bit of a tall boy, makes its way right across this trail without any problems. I'm not really even being mindful at all of keeping the pedals leveled out. This just tears it right up. I just don't think the durability on those cheap bikes are going to hold up on a trail like this, and I do kind of have a gut feeling that this one will last pretty well. I know somebody who rides mountain bikes a lot more than I do and has a lot more experience with trail riding is probably going to tear this trail up a lot more than I am right now, and that's fine. I'm not in any kind of competition. I'm not trying to win any races. I'm just out to have a hell of a lot of fun, and today I am doing that. To be honest with you, I'm really inexperienced with mountain bikes, and I've only recently started mountain biking, and I come from the world of road biking, not even really in any professional capacity. But if I would have known that mountain biking was this much fun, believe me, I wouldn't have waited until I was 48 years old to start doing it. My recommendation: start mountain biking right out of the womb. This is a blast. I hate to admit it, but I actually like this a lot more than road biking. Especially on this bike. It tears this trail right up. And I'm a newbie novice, or a knobby novice, whatever you want to call it. This midpoint suspension with the swing arm and the cylinder right underneath where your butt sits really absorbs a lot of the bumps and dips on this trail. And the throttle helps a lot too. Honestly, I'm not getting up to over 10 miles per hour at the most, and so you could really leave this in pedal assist 1 and have power for days if you're riding the way I'm riding. This bike is going to go on trails like this for a really long time on a charge. And this bike does have a pretty big battery. It's 48 volt and I think 23 amp hour. I don't have those specs in front of me. I'm pretty sure it's 23 amp hour. Samsung lithium ion battery. Okay, we're at the end of the ride today. We've gone 24 miles. 24 very rough miles, I think. I did a lot of speed tests in the beginning, and some serious hill climbing and curves and bumps and things like that near the end. So I think if you plan on riding conservatively, you're going to get a lot more mileage out of this, but I rode very wastefully on today's ride. But we have 2 bars out of 10 left, so, and we're teetering between 1 and 2, so we're between 10 and 20% energy, and I have one hell of a fierce hill to climb to get back to the car, so that's going to be the last test for the day. So here we go. All right, our monster hill begins here. I'm going to take this all the way up to pedal assist 5, and here we go. I am pedaling to help the bike get up this hill because it is pretty steep. Oh! This is not something I would want to do without pedal assist, for sure. And it looks like we're about halfway there. I think she can do it. Gonna make it, gonna make it. I can't stress enough how nasty this hill is. And I actually should have downshifted for it. But we made it. No problem whatsoever. And we would have made it a lot easier had I used the right gearing. Okay, we are back to the car. Ride's over, 25 miles, 1 bar out of 10 left on the battery, and for those last few hundred feet, there wasn't much power going to the motor, so it's pretty much done. I was getting up to about 15 miles per hour on pedal assist 5, so she done. But like I said, if you ride more conservatively than what I did today, you should definitely get a lot more than 25 miles out of this. I put 25 very brutal miles on the bike today. So my final thoughts on the RANDRIDE Forerunner. Well, I think I've given my final thoughts throughout the entire video. I really don't have much at all bad to say about this bike, aside from the cheap seat, which is easily replaceable at not a very expensive cost. I love how high this bike rides. It doesn't scrape any roots. It rides a lot better than the $500 Amazon cheapies. It's got great brakes, good tires, and I love that midpoint suspension to save on my back and butt. It is more expensive than most of the e-bikes that I review on my channel, but you might end up saving yourself some money on chiropractor visits by sticking with this bike, and I think it's worth every penny. If you do want to save some money on this bike, I've got a code in the description, and using that code also helps this channel out. Also, for new users, I believe RANDRIDE is running an additional special, so you can get up to $200 in savings on this bike, which is always a good thing. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.